Hi everyone, welcome to your Hawt Mess Yoga class. My name is Elyse, if you've never watched my video before. Scandalous. Today you are not going to need any props unless you are the type of person that likes a prop. So feel free to grab a block, feel free to grab a yoga strap or something that kind of equates to a yoga strap. The focus for today is a little bit more of a slow, deliberate burn to really help engage where we want you to feel nice and strong, balanced, and centered. All right, see you soon. Meet in Sukhasana, easy seat or crisscross applesauce. You can start with your palms planted onto your thighs, but I invite you to turn one palm face up to the ceiling. It's a way to find the balance between grounding yourself and still opening the door for exploration of your body, your breath, or maybe a little bit simpler. How do you feel today? Root down into your sits bones. Create length through the crown of your head. Take some inventory on how the body feels. Where do you already feel tight and ready to move? Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Simply sit and be with yourself. Begin to constrict your throat, creating that good tension of Ujjayi breath. And inhale, lift your arms up and overhead. Squeeze in through your core. Exhale, side bend to the right. Now, lots of versions here. You can have your right palm or your elbow onto the floor. You could hold on to your left wrist overhead, so long as you're feeling your mid-spine starting to stretch. Keep some weight down into your left sits bone. Reach all the way up and overhead, and inhale, come back up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Now, even though you're trying to do the same variation that you did from the other side, you have to give yourself a little space and permission, though, to let this side speak how it feels different, what feels similar. And a good chunk of that comes just based on the information of your breath. Steady breath, steady you. Begin to lift yourself back up. Plant your palms onto your knees. Inhale, seated cow. Push your chest forward. Gaze up to the ceiling. Exhale, round your spine for seated cat. Parachute out through your shoulders. Let's flow with that. Inhale, seated cow. Prickle up long through your mid-spine. Exhale, seated cat. Doming back through the shoulder blades. Inhale, seated cow. And exhale, seated cat. Now keep going. Push down into your sits bones and use your hands to help push the chest forward and support you as you round through the back. Come back into a neutral spine. Plant your palms onto the mat and take this into a tabletop position. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Inhale, easy twist. Lift your right arm up to the ceiling. You can roll out your right wrist, but start to make some big circles with your right arm in one direction. So go through it 3 times in one way, hunker down into your left hand. When you get to the top of this last circle, start to switch out the direction. And same thing as before. Does the shoulder direction feel a little crunchier or not? Inhale, reach up. Exhale, thread the needle. Slide your right arm behind your left wrist. Connect your right ear and temple into the mat. Today, lengthen your left arm forward. Option to stay here or begin to extend the left leg back, possibly lifting your left heel up to the ceiling. So you're going to find that throughout class today, you'll have opportunities to either hold and ground into a pose or little moments to encourage yourself to go a little deeper. Bring your left knee and your left hand back to their original starting point. Inhale, easy twist right arm up, and then back to your tabletop. Inhale, extend the left arm high. Roll out your wrist in both directions. Start to make those big circles, one direction with the left arm. After you take 3 big circles, pause at the top and then begin to switch out the direction. Stabilize your right arm muscles into the bone. Finish out this last circle. And exhale, thread the needle. Glide the left arm behind your right wrist. Reach your right arm forward today. Option again to hold here or extend the right leg to a kickstand, or maybe lift your right heel higher up towards the ceiling. Press down into your right palm and your left shin for extra support. Hug the inner thighs. Give this one more moment to explore though. And start to drop the right knee back down. Bring the right hand to its starting point. Inhale, easy twist, lift up. Exhale back to your tabletop. Walk your hands another palm print forward. Step back into down dog, but really feel free to experiment. Round through your spine, bend your knees, swing your hips right and left. Any little challenge or moment of creativity that you would like to try here. And as soon as you are ready to anchor into your pose, press down into your hands. Slide your chest back towards your shins. Take a round of breath in your down dog position. Breathe in. Exhale, tiptoe your way to your ragdoll, taking the time to really press your heels into the floor as you step your toes right behind your wrists. To get started, feel free to grab for opposite elbows and pendulum your chest right and left. We'll take this into a twist in just a second or so, but for right now, go ahead and experiment. Place your left hand or your fingertips onto the floor. Inhale, easy twist. Lift the right arm up. Bend your left knee as much as you need. Gaze up to your right hand for an extra challenge. Lower the right hand back down. Inhale, easy twist. Extend up long through the left arm. Feel your ribs trying to pull further away from your hips though. And exhale, release back down. Bend your knees and with a heavy head, roll up to a standing position. Shrug your shoulders at the top, bring your feet together, hands to heart center for Samastitihi. I invite you to try on a quote said by Bruce Lee today. A goal is not always meant to be reached. It often serves simply as something to aim at. Give yourself the permission to add layers to your growth. Inhale, mountain. Drop your arms down towards your sides and then up towards the ceiling. And take a moment to find your actual center. Shift your weight back and forth into your heels, your toes, pinky sides of both of your feet. That pendulum effect will start to slow down as you find your root. Once that happens, anchor down into your heels. Aim your arms back in line with your ears. And exhale, open arm twist. Right arm back, left arm forward. Line up the wrists with the shoulders and aim to keep both hips facing the front of the room. Work the shoulder blades in tight to the spine and possibly look over your right hand. Inhale, mountain, lift back up. Exhale, open arm twist, left arm back, right arm forward. If you need to look down at your hips, go ahead, aiming for the left hip to still line up with the right. If there's a little bit of a rotation there, that's totally okay. Inhale, high five mountain. Bring your palms together to touch. Exhale, reverse namaskar. Bend your elbows. Press your head into your forearms into your head. Keep the high five. Inhale, lift your arms back up. Exhale, forward fold. Glide your hands through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen your back. Plant your palms to the floor and exhale, chaturanga, step or maybe jump to the back of your space. Inhale, upward facing, push the floor away. Exhale, curl through the spine and take it back into your down dog. Breathe in, stretch your chest towards your shins. Exhale, forward fold, round through your spine and start to step your feet right behind your wrist area. Feet come together, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, mountain, squeeze your legs, reach yourself up. Exhale, open arm twist, right arm back, left arm stays forward. Inhale, mountain, come back up. Exhale, open arm twist to the left, square your hips as much as possible. Inhale, high five mountain, palms together. Exhale, bend the elbows, reverse namaskar. Hands stay in the high five. Inhale, straighten your arms back up. Exhale, forward fold, push your hips back, dive your head heavily down. Inhale, halfway lift, stretch out the mid-back. Exhale, chaturanga. If it helps, think halfway lift though with the torso as you start to do the push-up. Exhale, down dog, curl through the spine. One more full set. Inhale, claw your mat with your fingers. Round through your back and step forward into your forward fold. Feet to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, melt down. Inhale, mountain. Squeegee some weight back into your heels. Exhale, open arm twist. Line up your wrists with each other. Inhale, mountain. Slowly come back to center. Exhale, twist open to the left. Feel some resistance in the arms. Inhale, high five mountain. Look up. Exhale, reverse namaskar. Bend the elbows. Inhale, keep the high five. Straighten your arms. Exhale, forward fold. Push your hips to the back wall. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw the shoulder blades together. Exhale, chaturanga. Step or hop it back. Point your elbows to the back wall as you lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Let's take a moment here. Recenter. Check in with the body now that you've been moving. Round through your spine. Come into a high plank. Step forward and begin to take a seat down. If you need to grab a quick sip of water, please go ahead. When you are ready though, dig your heels into the mat. Reach your arms forward. And slowly lower down one vertebra at a time. We'll start in basic crunches, 3 sets of 10 today, and we're gonna make them harder each time. Flatten the low back, tilt your business up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, exhale, crunch. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Elbows stay nice and wide. Imagine you have a block between your inner thighs just to give your legs a little bit extra to work against. Keep feeling that squeegee of your heels pulling back to the wall behind you. Rest your head comfortably into your palms. Low belly stays nice and tight. Last 2 and then we'll build. Final set. Lift your shoulders up. Good. Drop your head and shoulders down. Parallel your shins to the ceiling. Line up your heels with your knees. Breathe in. Exhale, crunch. Inhale to drop. Exhale to lift. Now with your knees on top of your hip crease area, notice if your ankles are trying to come together. Keep your feet in line with your sits bones. That will make your core work even harder. You're welcome. Oh, we can't afford that song. Anyway, look up to the ceiling as you're pulling yourself up and keep your elbows as wide as possible. Last 2. Final 1. Let's give you a break for just a hot second before we do the next set of 10. All right, find parallel with your shins again. Now point your toes and begin to drop your feet to just kind of hover off the floor. For an extra challenge, heels by your glutes. Exhale, start to lift your shoulders off the ground. Good, keep it going. Low belly stays as flat as possible. You're gonna notice that it's wanting to lift up to make it a little easier, but keep smearing your low back onto the ground. Extra challenge, get your toes to hover a little bit closer off the floor. Almost out of this. Last 2. Finish line is in sight. Last set, come on up and release. Take any sort of counter stretch that feels good for you. When you are ready, knees to the chest, stamp your feet onto the ceiling. Use your hands to push your legs away from each other and then to help roll your inner thighs back towards your shoulders. Hands at the nape of your neck, hover your shoulders. Exhale, right hand to your left heel, back to center, and switch to the other side. Now, as you're going about this, keep feeling your sits bones squeezing in towards each other. Tighten your glutes to avoid really rocking back and forth into your hips. If at any point you need to bring your legs onto the floor, that is fine. For an extra challenge, hover your shoulder blades off the mat the entire time. You can see I did not take that challenge because I don't hate myself this day. Work the core nice and tight though. Flex out long through the feet and imagine you have something important that you're balancing on your heels. just to give your body a little bit extra to work with. Keep it going. Almost out of this. You got one more on each foot. Reach, damn it. And then reach to your opposite leg. Shut it down. Let it go. Oh, you know what? I told you to let it go and then I did an extra one. We're going to keep it. Jim, keep that. All right, any counter stretch that feels good for you right now, because we got one more thing to do. Bring your knees in towards your chest, then roll onto your left hip so that your legs can be as straight as possible, heels in line with the sits bones. Exhale, lift and crunch. So hands at that basket grip again, trying to make yourself into this like weird number 7 shape. If you're looking for a little extra, begin to hover your left ankle a couple inches off of your right. But either way, line up your sits bones, gaze up to the ceiling, use your core instead of your shoulders to help lift you up. Last one. Good. Bring your knees back into your chest and then take this over to the other side. Roll onto your left hip, straighten your legs, line up your ankles, hands at the nape of your neck. As soon as you are ready, take a breath in. Exhale, lift and crunch. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Now at this point, you should be feeling a little challenged. So notice what is starting to check out. Keep squeezing your inner thighs, plug the belly button into the low spine. Gaze up, and if you ever need to back out of this, go ahead. Option to hover your right ankle though for extra. Last 2. One more. Get as high as you can go and release. Knees into your chest. Rock side to side, whatever it is that you need. Good morning. Stretch, water break, towel off some sweat for realsies, whatever is going to make you feel best. When you are ready, start to come up to a seat. Crisscross at your ankles. Option, as always, to go through a chaturanga if that feels like a good reset for you. But start to make your way into your down dog. Once you have arrived at your down dog, take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Start to walk forward. Come into your forward fold, big toes together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair, squat down. Now, feel free to place your hands onto your knees to help push the knees back. You are aiming to get your knees right over the ankle joints today, just to keep working that strength. Notice if your low back is arching though, think almost like cat pose with the low spine. Aim for your arms to lift. If you need hands to your heart, that is acceptable. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, draw the shoulders in tight. Exhale, step or jump, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, roll into your big toe sides of your feet. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, right knee to your left armpit. Now for this first part, drop the knee down towards the left wrist, then back to the armpit, shoot the right leg back up to the ceiling. Exhale, low lunge. Travel your foot betwixt your hands. Give this a second. Even out through the sits bones, squeeze your inner thighs in tight. Inhale, crescent, high lunge. Float your arms up and overhead. Take a second, anchor down into the big toe sides of your feet. Make sure that your hips are lined up with each other, and once you feel good there, then extend up as long as you can through your fingers. Exhale, open arm twist, right arm back, left arm forward. Ensure that the left hip hasn't drifted over to the right inner knee. Keep your wrists in line with your shoulders. Inhale, warrior 2. Take a second, bounce into your front knee. Wiggle out your hips. Move how you need to in order to feel comfortable into the stillness. Hug your heels in towards each other. Line up your shoulders with your wrists, gaze forward. Inhale, begin to reach an extra inch forward. Exhale, extended side angle with the elbow to the right thigh. Now, option to go a little deeper, grab down towards your ankle or place your right hand onto the floor without collapsing into the thigh. So really feeling the activation into the obliques. If you're feeling it today, look down. Use your right peace fingers and your thumb to grasp your right big toe. Inhale, triangle with the bind. Check in with yourself though. If having your hand wrapped around the big toe doesn't feel good, cut it and place your hand to your shin. Exhale, chaturanga. Plant your palms, lower down. Option to get a little fancy with the legs for ekapada. You can always skip whenever you need. Let's take that nice and slow again. Inhale, send the left leg up. Exhale, left knee to the right armpit. Drop it down to the wrist. Knee back into the right armpit. And then inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Press down into your heel and get your knee over your ankle joint again. Inhale, crescent. Lift your arms up and overhead. Hips are really hard for me, so if you ever need to do what I'm doing, grab onto the hips just to make sure that they are in line with each other. Like, go ahead, it's your body, touch your body, you know? Reach your arms all the way up to the ceiling. Take a moment, breathe in. Exhale, open arm twist. Left arm goes back, right arm reaches forward. Keep your shoulders though stacked right over your hips, back leg straight, and possibly look over your left fingertips. Inhale, warrior two, windmill your right arm overhead. Like before, if you need to bounce into your front knee a couple times, take a second, adjust the feet, go for it. When you are ready, hold your warrior two. Draw the shoulders in, focus out. Breathe in, start to reach an extra inch forward. Exhale, extended side angle, starting with the left elbow to the left thigh. You're feeling good. Reach down towards your left ankle. Feeling awesome. Plant your left palm onto the floor. Feeling effing awesome. Take your left peace fingers and your thumb around your left big toe. Keep that bind. Inhale, triangle with the bind. Spiral the right hip to roll back over the left. Line up your top arm as close as possible over your right shoulder. Breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga. Plant the palms. Step the left leg back. Option to keep the leg floating as you lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Draw in through the low belly to help pull back into your down dog. Take a moment here. So that extended side angle into triangle will have some time to keep working it. Exhale, forward fold to the front. Inhale, halfway lift your chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair, squat down. Keep pulling the weight back towards the heels. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hips over your heel area. Exhale, chaturanga. Remember, you can hold a plank, you can drop down to your knees, whatever it is that you need here. Breathe in. Exhale, down dog. Listen for a little bit of a change. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right knee to your left armpit. Inhale, back up to the ceiling. Good. Exhale, low lunge. Travel your right foot between your hands. Squeeze your glutes. Inhale, crescent. Line up the hips. Exhale, open arm twist. Extend the right arm back. Inhale, warrior two. Follow your front hand. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, start to reach down to the floor. Interlace at your toes. Lift up into triangle. And exhale, chaturanga, rotate down. So you have a breath and a half from extended side angle into triangle to find the version that works for you, grabbing at the ankle, hand to the floor, etc. Inhale, send the left leg up. Exhale, left knee, right armpit area. Inhale, kick the right leg back. Exhale, low lunge, hunker into your left foot. Inhale, crescent, arms back in line with the ears. Exhale, open arm twist, left arm shoots back. Inhale, warrior two, work the shoulder blades in. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, start to reach down. Exhale, start to find the bind if you're taking it. Inhale, triangle, straighten the front leg regardless. Exhale, chaturanga, turn down. Firm your inner thighs. Inhale, upward facing, push the floor away. Exhale, down dog. One more full set. Inhale, stretch your chest to your shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair. Squeeze your glutes. Sit down deep. Exhale, forward fold. Bounce your chest towards your shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Get rid of all your air as you lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Finish strong. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right knee, left armpit. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, low lunge. Firm your belly. Inhale, crescent. Reach forward, then up to the ceiling. Exhale, twist open to the right. Line up your wrists. Inhale, warrior two. Follow your front hand. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, start to reach down. Exhale, maybe find the bind. Everyone inhale, triangle. Line up your hips. Exhale, chaturanga. Pay close attention to the belly for that transition, making sure that your low back and your low core work together. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, send the left leg up. Exhale, left knee, right armpit. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent, back heel over the ball mound of the toes. Exhale, twist to the left, shoulders over hips. Inhale, warrior two, root down into your feet. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, left hand reaches down. Exhale, maybe find that bind. Inhale, triangle, straighten the front leg. Exhale, twist down, chaturanga, firm the core. Point your elbows back as you lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Great job. Give it a moment. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Take your time. Bring your foot betwixt your hands. Inhale, crescent, or my favorite joke, croissant. Come on up. Lower your hands to a prayer at heart center. Inhale, bow your chest forward. Exhale, revolved crescent twist. Couple things to know. You can drop down onto your left knee at any point. You can open your arms out if that feels like a fun challenge, or possibly hover your elbow off your thigh. I like to have my elbow on my leg though for extra support. Either way, draw your thumbs in towards your chest if you're staying with the high five. Firm your floating leg, breathe in, and exhale, runner's lunge. Plant your palms down to the inside of your right foot and begin to toe heel your right foot over towards the right side of the room. Make sure that your hips, your sits bones are still lined up with each other. And today, explore dropping your back knee if it's not already, and bend your elbows any amount. Maybe your forearms and elbows touch the floor today. Maybe it's just encouraging them closer downward. Either way, glue your right leg up against your right ribs. Round your upper back like you're in cat pose to let your head safely hang down towards the mat. Take a little bit of time here and keep working your inner thighs to squeeze in towards each other. Inhale, high plank. Take a moment, bring your feet together. Root into your left hand. Inhale, side plank, Vashisthasana. Lift your right arm up to the ceiling. You can drop your left knee, you can drop your left elbow, or if you're feeling it, float your right foot up to the ceiling. Breathe in. Exhale, high plank. Either hold here or go through your chaturanga. Either way, meet in downward facing dog. So that nice and slow on the left. Inhale, extend your left leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, low lunge. Travel your foot in. Put some weight into your left heel. Inhale, crescent, high lunge. Lift your arms back up. Right heel over the ball mound of your right foot. Lower your hands to your heart. Hinge forward. Exhale, revolved crescent twist. Do whatever leg and arm variations you did from the other side. Wherever you're at though, feel your right thigh bone plugging up into the hip socket. Level out the weight in your hips by pushing your left sits bone down to encourage your right hip to stay floating up towards the ceiling. Exhale, runner's lunge. Plant your palms to the inside of your left foot. Toe heel your left foot over to the left edge of the mat. Back knee onto the ground. And this side is gonna feel different, but aim to get your elbows to either touch down to the floor or just that simple bend will do a body good. If you're right-handed, $20 says this side does indeed feel tighter, so acknowledge it. Work your inner thighs, hollow out your core a little bit, and gaze back to the wall behind you. Inhale, high plank, straighten your arms, straighten your legs. This time right hand is going to be the bearer of your weight. Inhale, side plank, Vashisthasana. Lift your left arm up. Option to do what you did on the other side. Maybe this side needs a little different, but line up your wrists with each other. Take one more round to lift. Exhale, a high plank, either hold or go through the push-up. Breathe in. Exhale, down dog. Breathe in, look forward, and exhale, forward fold, top of your mat. Start to roll yourself up to a standing position. When you get to the top, little shrug down your shoulders if you need that. Push down into your right foot. Inhale, single leg mountain, lift your left knee up, arms up and overhead. Take a breath. Exhale, airplane Dakasana, but we're gonna play a little bit today. So aiming, as always, for the left heel, hips, shoulders, and head to line up with each other. Now slap your palms up against your hip area, keeping this like pencil shape in your body. Inhale, up dog your chest. So notice how just that little rotation in the spine made it super hard. Exhale, standing splits. Turn your right hip down in line with your left. Breathe in. Exhale, eagle legs. Spiral the left thigh over and on top of the right. You can kickstand your left toes to the floor to help you out here. And when you are ready, keeping the legs, inhale, lift up your torso. And when you get to the top, eagle arms, left elbow binds underneath the right. Glue your legs together. Lean your shoulders right back over your hips. Gaze between your hands. Keep pushing your shoulder heads down your back. For extra, keep leaning back to the wall behind you. Begin to unravel, let it go, shake it out a little bit. Let's do that all over again. Inhale, single leg mountain, lift your right knee up. Exhale, airplane Dakasana. As you're extending the arms and legs back to the wall behind you, that's when you're dropping the chest down in line with the hips. Rotate the right hip flexor to face the floor. Begin to glue your palms up against your outer hips to help create that pencil shape. Inhale, up dog the chest. Still trying to get shoulders, hips, and floating heel to line up. Breathe in. Exhale, standing splits. Lower your hands down. As much as you can, kick your right heel up to the ceiling. Look back. And exhale, eagle legs. Start to wrap the right thigh forward and around the left quad. Lift the right sits bone up so that the left sits bone lines up with the right. Inhale, start to roll yourself up. You can kickstand your right toes for extra support. When you get to the top, wrap your right elbow underneath your left, full bind of eagle pose. Like chair, trying to get the left kneecap as close to the left ankle joint as possible. Stack up shoulders and hips, one upon the other, and with steadiness in your breath, look forward. Exhale, release. Nicely done. Shake it out. Inhale, mountain, come on up. Exhale, forward fold. Just nice and simple here. Inhale, halfway lift your chest. Exhale, chaturanga, step or hop to the back of your mat. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, low lunge. We'll do the American version today. Place your back heel onto the floor. Inhale, warrior one, Virabhadrasana A. Take a second. You might need to shorten some distance between your feet or possibly grab your hips to help re-square the hips forward. You can high five your hands today if that feels comfortable. Maybe look up at your palms, but balance the weight from foot to foot, like crescent, trying to keep the hips squared. Work your arms back in line with your ears. Exhale, low lunge, adjust the back foot. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right knee to your left armpit. Inhale, broken triangle. So rolling onto the pinky toe sides of both of your feet, begin to lift your left arm up to the ceiling. Now really glue into the pinky side of your left foot to allow your right ankle to lift. Over time, reach down with your left hand and grab for your right foot. Bring your left hand back down. Drop your right hip to the floor. Fall in triangle, so lining up your right heel with your right hip. Flexing out through both feet. Square your torso to the top of your mat. Exhale, begin to lower your chest down any amount towards the floor. As your chest starts to drop though, Activate your left leg. Feel your left inner knee lifting off the ground. And encourage your left armpit to roll down in line with your right. Feel your thigh bones still working their way into the hip sockets. And there's no need to force any part of this pose. Let it do its thing. Inhale, walk your hands back to your hips. Lift your right hip off the floor. 3-leg down dog kick. Lift up your right leg. And exhale, option for a chaturanga. Hinge forward and lower down. Exhale, down dog. Walk your hands back to your feet today and take gorilla pose at the back of your mat. So slide your hands one at a time underneath your feet so that your toes are in your wrist creases. Please remember that if that just is not your body today, do ragdoll instead and grab for opposite elbows. The important thing here is that you're getting a counter stretch in your wrists from side plank, high plank, etc. Slide your hands back out from underneath you and take this back into your down dog. Inhale, extend your left leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, low lunge. Place the back foot onto the floor. Inhale, warrior one. Reach yourself up and overhead. Again, take a second, realign the hips with each other. Aim to create a deep bend into your right knee, but know that a subtle one can be just as difficult as a deeper one. Option to high five your hands again and maybe look up at your wrists. But cultivate the power in this pose. Root into your feet. Draw energy in through your core. And exhale, low lunge. Plant your palms. Lift your left leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, left knee to the right armpit. Inhale, broken triangle. Extend the left leg out. Reach your right arm up. Maybe you stay here or start to lift the left heel off the floor. Or for the full expression, reach the right hand down and grab for the big toe. Inhale, reach back up, and exhale, fallen triangle. Drop your left hip. Use your right hand to realign your left heel with your left hip. Rotate your chest as far forward as possible and then begin to experiment, dropping down your forehead closer and closer to the mat. Once you're in the depth of the stretch though, firm your inner thighs to help lift your right inner thigh off of resting on the ground. Keep working your shoulders down and away from your ears. Lock the thigh bones into the hip sockets. Relax your breath. This can be a really deep stretch in your IT bands. Inhale, walk your hands back to your hips. Dig into your back foot. Inhale, 3-leg down dog, left leg up to the ceiling. And exhale, option for a chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, lift your knees. Exhale, down dog. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, half pigeon. Right knee glides towards your right wrist. Your right ankle anywhere up from your left wrist, all the way back to having your heel closer towards your left quad. When you are ready, begin to lower your head down. Relax down through your shoulders. Balance out your weight from hip to hip if you feel yourself veering more to one side of the mat. Take a moment though to reflect on what Bruce Lee had said at the beginning of class. That it's okay if that broken triangle, fallen triangle stuff today was a little out of reach. You're giving yourself the permission to work towards something. So there's going to be a growth period, an uncomfortable period, in order to just keep encouraging your growth. Inhale, lift your torso up, and today sweep your left leg around in front of you. Lift your arms up and overhead. Turn, twist, Janu Shirshasana, seated forehead to knee pose. If your forehead doesn't touch your knee, well, what did Bruce just say to you guys? So relax your shoulders down. Keep working the left thigh bone to plug into the hip socket. Relax your hands and elbows down towards the floor. Inhale, lift yourself back up. Hands onto the floor, sweep your left leg back behind you. Inhale, 3-leg down dog kick. You can shake out your right leg really quick if you need that. When you're ready, lift the left leg up and exhale, half pigeon. Left knee towards your left wrist, your left ankle towards your right wrist or closer back to your right thigh. Breathe in. Exhale, sleeping pigeon. Put down some weight into your right shin. Point your back toes. An option for your arms to be out in front of you without trying to make them active. Just a little bit of a gentle release in the vertebra in your spine. Let your breath soften some tension out of your body. Inhale, lift your chest, walk your hands back. Sweep your right leg forward to the top corner of the room. Inhale, lift your arms up and overhead. Exhale, turn to the right, lower your chest down, seated forehead to knee, Janushasana. If your hands comfortably touch your foot, feel free to create a grip, a basket grip at the foot. If not, rest your palms onto your shin or even onto the floor. But allow your bottom ribs to try to extend a little further from your hips. Inhale, lift yourself back up. Plant your hands onto the mat in front of you. Sweep your right leg back behind you. 3-leg down dog. Shake out your left leg. And as soon as you are balanced out, drop down to your knees. Swing your legs around in front of you. We'll take this into bridge pose. Now, you'll either hold your bridge for a good chunk of time or you'll join me for another pose, bonus pose. So, bridge, heels in line with sits bones, arms by your sides, low back flat. Exhale, begin to lift your hips up. Maybe you interlace your hands, maybe you keep your palms firmly rooted onto the floor. But either way, glue your chest towards your chin and keep working your chin to look back to the wall behind you. If you would like to join me for fish pose, begin to drop your glutes onto the floor. Bring your arms by your sides. Now make little robot arms, so pointing your fingers, wrists in line with the elbows. Press down into your heels, dig into your elbows. Begin to arch your upper back so that the crown of your head touches the floor. This can be enough. If you're feeling the fish, begin to extend your legs up like boat pose, until finally, with a steeple grip in your hands, extend your arms up so you're balancing on your sits bones and your crown. To come out, release the arms back into that robot position, lower the spine, and meet everybody in Supta Baddha Konasana. So my bridge friends, lower your glutes down, bring the soles of your feet together, open your knees out wide, and let your low back have its natural arch. Rest your hands anywhere that feels comfortable. Begin to draw your right knee in towards your chest. Relax your left leg down. Exhale, supine twist. Now I chose the right leg straight version, but if you would like to have eagle legs, keep your right knee bent. Both knees over into the twist, go ahead. But relax your eyebrows. Release some tension out of your shoulder blade area. Truly let gravity do the majority of the twist. Inhale, bring your right knee back to your chest. Relax it down, draw the left knee in. And exhale, supine twist. Drop your left leg over to the right side of the room. Create the same choice that you did from the other side. Relax tension out of your neck, jawline, and especially out of your tongue. Come back to center. Bring both knees in to your chest area and exhale, happy baby. Grab for hamstrings, calves, your feet. And this is it, team. Any movements that you need, go ahead, but if you are ready to be done, squeeze yourself into a little ball shape. Exhale, Shavasana. Take some time to get comfortable. Fix your hair, wipe off some sweat. And once your limbs have found their final resting position, take a deep breath in. Let it go. This is the only obligation you have right now. Breathe and be. Begin to deepen your breath. Use the breath to allow the fingers and toes to start to awaken. When you are ready, bigger movement throughout the body. And when you would like to get back into your day, roll to one of your sides. Use your hands to begin to lift yourself up to a seat. Bring your hands either to your heart or lift your thumbs up to your third eye center today. Remember, you are the teacher. Bow forward. Honor your practice. Namaste. Okay, you did your yoga. You did it. Call me. But also, treat yourself to some Bruce Lee movies today. Okay, I love you. Call me. I love you. Okay, bye. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please remember to subscribe to the page. Give us a like. If you didn't like us, keep it to yourself. Check out the website, hawtmessyoga.life. And finally, did you know that you could book a class with yours truly? We could talk about yoga, maybe some Pokemon. I don't know. I'd love to see you, though. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.